Yo, gamer, Nemi here and welcome to another Tekken 8 YouTube video. And today my boy is going to be taking a look at the character bio or character descriptions of all the 15 released characters so far. I wanted to wait until all the characters were released. I'm at least assuming that these 15 characters are the characters that are going to launch when we get an open beta or closed beta. So I think 15 is a good time to really start looking at these storylines. So we're just gonna read out the descriptions and try to see where the storylines go for every character released so far for Tekken 8 in terms of the storyline. So we pick up from Tekken 7, but for most of the characters, the story was not progressed after Tekken 6. So for most of these characters, we pick up after Tekken 6. So anyway, guys, so if you just wanna, reminiscing, throw back to the Tekken storyline for most of the characters, grab a cold one and let's get right into it. So first things first, let's look at the main protagonists of the game. That's Emo Jin and Kazuya Mishima. So Jin Kazama first. So Jin Kazama, fighting style karate, of course we know this. Country of citizenship is Japan. So Jin hated the devil Jin's blood that flowed through him and wanted to extinguish it. Along with Lars Alexandersson and others, Jin is preparing to carry out Operation Light Honing, an operation to defeat Kazuya Mishima, who possesses the power of the devil. In the past, Jin launched a war against the world, filled the world with chaos, revived the origin demon Azazel, the progenitor of the devil, and carried out a plan to erase the devil's power from this world by annihilating it. As a result, Azazel was defeated, but Jin also lost consciousness and fell into a long sleep, during which the world was seized by the force by Kazuya's G company. A few months later, Jin finally regained consciousness, and after going through a deadly battle with Azazel, he was able to control the devil's power. So at least Jin's storyline, we're all familiar with Jin's storyline. He was passed out the whole time in Tekken 7, bro. So for Jin, it picks up from Tekken 6. We know the story of Azazel. He tried to get rid of Azazel to clean the devil Jin. He began a whole fucking world war just for this, to raise Azazel and try to get rid of the devil Jin. So it's confirmed that he now controls the devil Jin as well after he regained his consciousness. So as far as Jin's storyline goes, just know he fights Kazuya and he's like the main guy. Kazuya Mishima, Moscow. Fighting style, Mishima style fighting karate. Country of citizenship actually says none. He gave up his nationality. So he doesn't belong to Japan. So Kazuya tries to take control of the world as a representative of the G company by freely manipulating the power of the devil. Kazuya, who has settled the battle with his father Heihachi, strengthens the offensive against the Mishima Zaibatsu, which has no head. Eventually, the war that divided the world in two ended with the victory of the G company. But even after that, the G company continued to invade and pushed forward to seize the world by force. Oh my god, the description for this is really hard to read. The English, Jesus. The Federation of International Cooperation, which does not like the situation, gathers world leaders in New York and tries to adopt a resolution to impose sanctions on the G corporation. However, Kazuya suddenly appears at the venue and declares that the battle will continue, and the G company army rushes in, engulfing the city of New York in flames. So we all know this. Kazuya is just that he's a freaking oppressor, man. She's trying to take over the world with the G corporation. We all know this. Tekken 7 ended with him being victorious against Kazuya, so he's victorious against the Mishima Zaibatsu. So right now, the G corporation is running everything. They are controlling everything, and the Federation of International Cooperation, which is probably new, hearing this for the first time, probably the governing body of New York or some shit, is now the company trying to fight against Kazuya. So he shows up in New York, and we see this from the trailer, and I think that's why it concludes why he fights Jin, or maybe that's the first time they meet. Kind of a spoiler. But anyway, Kazuya is an oppressor as usual, we know this, and he's trying to take over the entire goddamn world. Kazama Jun. Fighting style, Kazama style old martial arts. We do know this as well. Country of citizenship, Japan. Jin's mother, Jin Kazama, a master of the Kazama style of martial arts. Jin, who has had a mysterious power since childhood and was able to communicate with animals, was chasing Kazuya Mishima, who was suspected of animal smuggling as a smuggled animal inspector for a nature conservation group. And when she met in the King of Iron Fist tournament too, the two were attracted to each other and Jin became pregnant with Jin. Well, that escalated quickly. After that, she raised Jin in the remote mountains of her hometown of Yakushima, but 7 years ago, one day when Jin turned 15, he was attacked by a mysterious entity called an ogre and disappeared. I'm going to ... Kind of a weird description, but this just gives us the backstory of what happened to Jin. We all seen this from the animation. Jin goes missing after Ogre attacks Jin and Jin. So we're not given much information from this. This is as far as we know. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they take Jun's story in Tekken 8. I really can't wait. What is this mysterious power that she's always had? Does it have anything to do with Angel or the Devil Jins? Maybe Kazumi as well? We don't know. So I'm kind of looking forward to Jin. Where the hell has she been? She's got some explaining to do. Lars Alexandersson, fighting style, Tekken Special Force Martial Arts, which is weird because in Tekken 6 I think it said freestyle. Country of citizenship Swedish, we know this. Heihachi Mishima's illegitimate son, Lars Alexandersson, leader of the rebel army against the G Corporation. Lars, who was once an officer of the Mishima Zaibatsu Special Forces, the Tekken Force, defected from the Mishima Zaibatsu with many Tekken forces. After that, while the world was dominated by the G Corporation led by Kazuya Mishima, Lars formed a new rebel army, Draso, to oppose the G Corporation and steadily improved its strength. As part of that, when he formed a cooperative relationship with Jin Kazama, who was once hostile, he planned an Operation Light Honing to defeat Kazuya and save the world from chaos. So Lars is the leader of the rebel army, the Tekken Force. He used to work under the Mishima Zaibatsu, but he defected to become a rebel. We all know this. He's a illegitimate son of Heihachi. Now, what I want to see with Lars is the introduction of his mother. What happened to Lars' mother? Maybe Tekken 9? I don't know. I'll have to see something to that extent. But as of now, they're trying to focus on the relationship between Lars and Jin. A new relationship, like, team up to take down Kazuya and the G Corporation. So I'm kind of excited to see this. Of course, he's the one that picks up Jin in Tekken 7 from the desert after he passes out, and trying to form a bond and stuff. So it's going in the right direction and I'm excited. Ling Xiaoyu, fighting style, variety of Chinese martial arts based on Baguao Palm and Kikakekken, country of citizenship China. Ling Xiaoyu, a Chinese martial artist who has had a crush on Jin Kazama for the longest. She infiltrates the Mishima Zaibatsu building in search of clues about Jin, who has gone missing, and obtains Jin's search data. She traveled around the world following few pieces of information, but half a year passed without a reunion. Xiaoyu has lost all clues. Even so, there's something I want to confirm with Jin. An unwavering determination that grew stronger over time still drove Xiaoyu. This hand just wants to get laid, okay? That's all that this is. She wants to get laid. So Xiaoyu is looking for Jin. Not really that complicated to her storyline. Although there was that ending with Claudio, where it seemed that Claudio wants to do, he has some intentions, like to bait Jin or something like that. But I don't think it's canon because it's just his story ending. But canon-wise, she's just currently looking for Jin, which is, I think, counts as well because in that ending, she tells Claudia that she's searching for Jin. So yeah, not really complicated, but I'm trying to see where this story goes. But yeah, she's just trying to get laid, bro. It's all that it is. Nina Williams, fighting style, assassin, martial arts, country of citizenship, Ireland. I actually did not know that. This is new to me. Nina Williams, an assassin known as the Silent Assassin. She was previously employed by the Mishima Zaibatsu and she was in command of the Special Forces, Tekken, but she left the Mishima Zaibatsu when Jin Kazama's recovery operation failed. For a while, she acted as a freelance assassin. After that, while the world was dominated by the G Company led by Kazuya Mishima, Nina was scouted by Kazuya and given command of the G Corporation Army as her direct subordinate. Wait, what? So she left the Mishima Zaibatsu and she's now working for Kazuya? So does that mean she's now homies with her sister Anna? Because Anna still works for Kazuya. So in Tekken 7, it ended, Nina's storyline ended when she tried to capture Jin, but she was duped by Lee. I think, Lee juked her and baited her. And then with the explosion, in Lee's lab, so we see that Nina still survived. I think that was the last time we saw her. So from this, she became a freelance assassin after that and is now employed by Kazuya. This is so random. Oh my god, how are they going to make this work with Anna and everything? But I mean, it does make sense because she's an assassin, but I'm so used seeing her work for the Mishima Zaibatsu. And it's weird because she was the commander of the special forces. That's where Lars used to be, so it's kind of like maybe Lars does know her. So yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Jack 8 fighting style brute force. Country of citizenship not clear. Jack 8 is the latest prototype machine of the Jack series, the main humanoid weapon of the G Corporation. Jane, a female scientist who developed it, had a past in which Jack saved her life, and in order to create her own ideal Jack, she put herself in the G Corporation and worked hard on her day and night research. Eventually, the Jack series will solidify its position as G Corporation's main humanoid weapon. But she didn't know where Jane's affection for Jack would stop. We are planning to develop a next generation machine that is equipped with high performance AI that is incomparable to the current machine Jack 7 and that has greatly improved learning functions. In addition to the Gamma system, which has an electromagnetic pulse attack function as its main axis, it has added a large special weapon ETC to increase its power like never before. In the midst of the chaos caused by Kazuya, Jack 8 was finally about to be thrown onto the battlefield in order to strengthen the control of the G Corporation. So Jack's storyline is still the same, just an upgraded version of the previous Jack, which is Jack 7. We all know this is the G Corporation's weapon or humanoid weapon. So yeah, Jack's storyline continues as just pretty much a weapon. King fighting style wrestling. Country of citizenship Mexico. While working as a professional wrestler, King runs an orphanage. However, due to the war between the G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu around the world, the number of children seeking help from King continues to grow at an unprecedented rate. King was well known as an absolute champion in the world of professional wrestling, but in order to save more children, it was necessary to raise more funds through a new show that was not bound by the framework of professional wrestling. King, who thought he needed a collaborator for that purpose, refined his body and professional wrestling skills in preparation for an encounter with someone who agreed with his ideas. So, yes, King's story continues as well. He runs an orphanage with children, but because of the war, things are a little bit crazy for him, so he joins the Tekken 8 tournament in order to win the prize money. And apparently he's meeting someone that agrees with his ideas. So I'm not really sure what this is about. Something about a new show, a little bit weird, but it's for a good cause, of course. The orphanage, that's what people. Man, King is such a people's champion, bro. Everyone just loves King, So yeah, we'll see where this goes. Who is the mysterious person King's meeting? We'll see. Martial law. Fighting style, martial arts, country of citizenship, America. Law, who has made a name for himself as a master of martial arts, runs his own dojo. However, his son had a motorbike accident and was too busy trying to find money to pay off the debts he had, and his dojo was neglected, and the number of his students drastically decreased. In order to break through the situation, he sets out on a journey to find an excellent teacher who can be entrusted with his dojo. But all negotiations break down, and in the meantime, the dojo is seized as a form of debt. Penniless and trapped in the idea that money is everything in the world, Law has no choice but to aim for a quick fortune in a fighting tournament with prize money. So after making a promise to share the prize money with his best friend Paul, the two of them retreated to the mountains and devoted themselves to rigorous training. So the story of Paul and Law continues as well. They just want prize money to pay off their debts. It's as easy as that. They think money runs the world, which it does, truthfully. So nothing new here, same storyline for Paul and Law. Leroy Smith, fighting style Wing Chun, country America. Leroy, a master of Wing Chun who liberates New York from the rule of gangsters and is praised as a hero. Learning that the Mishima Zaibatsu was behind the large-scale gang conflict half a century ago, Leroy participates in the King of Anfist tournament to crush the Mishima Zaibatsu, the culprit behind him. Just then, Heihachi Mishima, the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, goes missing, and the G Corporation takes advantage of this opportunity to subdue the Mishima Zaibatsu. However, the G Corp continues to invade after that, and the world was brought to be ruled by force by the G Corporation. Leroy learns that Heihachi's son, Kazuya Mishima, is the leader of the G Corp and in order to restore the peaceful life, Leroy stands up again with his dog Sugar. So his storyline from Tekken 7 continues. He basically just wants revenge for what Kazuya has done to his city in New York, the gang violence and all that stuff. So nothing new for Leroy as well. His storyline for Tekken 7 just continues. Asuka Kazama, fighting style Kazama style old martial arts, country of citizenship Japan. Asuka Kazama, a user of the Kazama style of Asian martial arts who is famous for being a noisy arbitrator. She used to participate in the King of Anfist tournament, and when she won against the rich lady Lili, she became haunted. Her daring behavior escalated day by day, and finally she had a terrible experience, such as her home dojo being bought and decorated with roses. However, such a slapstick daily life was about to end when G Company invaded the world. So just her sibling rivalry with Lili, or her lesbian rivalry, whatever you want to call it, her best friend rivalry just continues. But she's also affected by the war between the G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu. So I don't know where this will go. I think they will focus more on the relationship between Lili and Asuka. Maybe they'll make up or something like that. I'm not really interested in Asuka and Lili's storyline, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's Asuka for you. Lili, fighting style, own style, ballet, country of citizenship, Monaco. The daughter of an oil tycoon living in Monaco, Lili is a young lady who loves to fight. Unbeknownst to her peace-loving father, she has traveled the world in her private jet, honing her skills against her formidable foes, all for the sake of defeating her eternal rival Asuka Kazama, who defeated herself twice in the King of Anfist tournament. Lili, who bought the Kazama family's dojo with pocket money, coordinates her dojo with roses and sends her a letter of challenge to Asuka. She imagines Asuka's angry face and Lili smiles gracefully as she strokes her beloved cat Salt. Yeah, I don't have to say anything about this. Bryan Fury, fighting style kickboxing, country America. Bryan Fury has a built-in perpetual motion machine that generates inexhaustible energy, and as an immortal replicant, he destroys everything. Even after the dispute between the G Corp and the Mishima Zaibatsu was settled, he repeatedly fought in various places and was wanted by the international police. The abnormality occurred in Bryan during a street battle with the anti-terrorism special forces, where the elite of the international police who had once been enrolled were gathered. It is because he had been overworked on many battlefields, or is it the effect of the physical memory? The perpetual motion machine suddenly went into thermal runaway. Explosive power and pleasure scorched Bryan's brain and painted it red. When he regained consciousness, his surroundings had turned into scorched earth. Are you really that Bryan? A person who seems to know Bryan from his past muttered under the rubble. As if to answer that question, a dull blow sound and a roar of laughter resounded. Now, I have so much to say about this. Firstly, the Bryan arc continues of where he just seems to destroy everything, he's destructive, psychopath, all that jazz. It seems to be back, all due to this built-in perpetual motion machine of his that he has. And we're told he has some sort of abnormality that occurs during a street battle, right? So it seems this thing he has installed in his mind seems to go haywire, and he goes crazy, and this is when like Bryan just destroys everything he touches. So now the thing about this, what touches me, is the person that asks Bryan, is this really you, right? So someone that actually knows Bryan. So maybe the people he's fighting are trying to help him or something related to that. So I'm excited. I'm curious to see where this goes in Tekken 8. Hopefully they expand more on Bryan. It's not just Bryan destroying everything as usual. He had a rivalry with Yoshi, and that seems to be forgotten now. So I hope they finish what they've started this time. Honestly, Bryan needs redemption. He's one of the coolest characters in the game, and man, I just really hope Namco don't disappoint this time.
Hwarang, fighting style Taekwondo, country of citizenship Korea. A master of Taekwondo, Hwarang sees Jin as his rival ever since their first fight ended in a draw. About half a year ago, he meets Jin again in the Middle East, which is from Tekken 7. Its appearance with black wings was from when it once defeated Pharaon in an instant. Pharaon? Is that another name for Hwarang? With all his might, Hwarang succeeds in defeating the rampaging Jin. However, due to the intervention of the Allied Forces for International Cooperation, Jin disappears again. I should have won! And he quietly faces himself and gradually arrives what he wants and what he has to do for it. So what's crazy about this is he actually beat Devil Jin in Tekken 7, or he beat Jin whilst in Devil Jin in Tekken 7. Also saves him with a grenade. I don't know if that's canon, but that's neither here nor there. But like, it's pretty sick that he actually beats Devil Jin. That's crazy. So yeah, Jin is still, you know, just like Asuka and Lili, kind of this friendly rivalry with Jin. So again, not much character development here. I would have wanted something to do with Beck, you know, him holding the title of master now and something like that. But like the series going with the rivalry between him and Jin Kazama. So just basically want a rematch, and that's pretty much Hwarang in Tekken 8. So these are all the character bios as posted by Bandai Namco so far. So the description is really bad. We're not getting a lot, and it seems we won't get a lot of character development in Tekken 8, guys. This is something you should expect from Namco by now. Not much character development, not much story progression, which is sad to see, sad to hear. Man, you hate to see it, but it is what it is. It's still a great game, you know. Some storylines are actually decent, but for the majority are bad. But you know, we take what we can get. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, my boys. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, take care, my boys. GG.